Hey, what's up you guys? My name is Catherine. If you've never been here before, welcome to my channel. Today I am going to be doing a fall makeup tutorial using all affordable products. Everything on my face is either from the drugstore or from a brand like Colourpop or BH Cosmetics that's online only but super affordable. I just did a super simple berry and gold toned look today. So if you want to see the tutorial for this look, then keep watching.
Okay, so to start out, I am putting my Ordinary High Adherence Silicone Primer all over my face. I absolutely love this primer, and it's literally only $6, which is so incredible. And I'm using the Wet n Wild Photofocus eyeshadow primer on my lids and just gently patting that on in. Next, I am mixing my L'Oreal Infallible Pro Glow Foundation in the shades 201 and 205, and I'm mixing those with just a little bit of almond oil. This sort of gives the same effect of using a primer oil or mixing a primer oil in with your foundation. It's just a little bit cheaper than a primer oil. I wouldn't recommend doing this if you have oily skin already or if you already have problems with your foundation staying on, as this does affect the longevity of your foundation. But for me, I never really wear my foundation for more than 8 hours, and the benefits of just having like a nice moisturized face are just really nice sometimes. And I am blending that out with a beauty sponge that I just sprayed a little bit of cucumber water onto. I just find that always gives my foundation a super nice finish. And you can see that my skin's just looking super nice and glowy, partially because it's a glowy foundation and partially because of the almond oil that I mixed in. And next I'm going in with my little Essence brow gel and just defining my brows a little bit, and I will be filling them in using my Milani brow pomade in the shade dark brown. I really love the formula of this brow pomade, but I find it's just a little bit too warm toned for me, so that's why I will normally reach for my Anastasia Dip Brow in the shade Ebony, but since I wanted to keep this full drugstore and affordable products, I'm using that today. Starting out by filling in the outer corner and tail of my eyebrows and filling those in completely, and then I'm using much softer strokes and really blending in the pomade on the inner side of my eyebrows. If you want a full eyebrow tutorial, let me know. I would definitely be more than happy to post one. And next I'm going in with my LA Girl concealer in the shade Porcelain. I bought this a while ago and like totally forgot that I owned it, but it's like a super nice thick concealer. I know this was like all that YouTubers used for the longest time, but it's like really full coverage. It's probably like the most full coverage concealer I own other than Shape Tape. The only problem that I have with it, as you'll see later on in the video, is it like was really creasing under my eye. But I probably just need to put a little bit more setting powder on, so it's really more my fault. I'm just getting used to using it, even though this product literally like came out and was popular forever ago. But it has a really nice finish to it, as you can see, and it's like a really good shade for me. And next I'm going in with my RCMA No Color Powder, and I'm just setting my under eye and my eyelids with it. This technically isn't a drugstore product either. It's literally only $12 though for that like giant container of powder, which I think is like 3 or 4 ounces. So like most face powders come with 1 ounce of product, I think, and so it's really coming out to like $4 for an ounce of product, which is incredible. And now I am going in with my Carli Babel Deluxe palette by BH Cosmetics, which I love, and I'm taking that lightest pink shade and I am using my giant fluffy brush to lay down a transition shade. This is technically a highlighting brush from BH Cosmetics, but it's the perfect transition shade brush. I want like 20 of these brushes. And now I'm going in with a Kylie fluffy brush, and I am laying down the medium pink shade as my crease shade and making sure it's nice and blended out. The mattes in this palette blend so well, as you can see. Like I'm not really doing that much and they're blending out really nicely. And zooming in just a touch, and I am taking a Morphe blending brush and I am going into the darkest purpley shade in this palette and applying it to the outer half of my eye and blending that into the crease. I really want nice seamless blending with this one. I'm sort of giving it like a winged shape. And I'm just really blending those together to give a nice seamless blended look. I'm not doing like a harsh cut crease or anything, so I want everything to layer together super nicely. And now I'm going into that gold shade in the palette. I'm using like an e.l.f. shader brush, fluffy shader brush, I don't know what it's called. And the shimmer is not super pigmented, so I'm spraying it with a little bit of my Makeup Revolution fixing spray, which I'm almost out of, to try to get some more pigment out of it. So that's a little better, as you can see. And now I'm going to just deepen up that outer corner a little bit using that Morphe brush and the dark purpley red shade. And I'm just really making sure that all my shadows are nice and blended out. And I'm using my finger to go over that gold just a little bit to really help bring out the pigment. And now I am taking like a pencil-y brush and I'm going into that dark purple red and dragging it along my lash line, sort of stopping it like on the inside part of my iris. I find that to be the most flattering. And I'm taking another Carli blending brush. I'm using the transition shade to blend that out, but I'm ultimately going back in with that Morphe blending brush that I used on my outer corner and using that under my eye to really give me like the dramatic smoky effect that I want underneath my eyes. There we go, and I'm just giving that one more once over with that BH Cosmetics brush because you can never be too blended. And I'm going into my inner eye, I'm using like the golden highlight shade and the lightest shimmer shade in the palette. I'm using my pinky at first and then I'm going over it with a little Anastasia blending brush. It's the one that came with the Modern Renaissance palette if you have that. And now I am doing my eyeliner. I'm creating a wing today using the Wet n Wild H2O proof liquid liner. I have super watery eyes, so my eyeliner like always comes off on my outer corner throughout the day, but this is one of the few eyeliners where like it occasionally stays in place all day. Not really occasionally, it stays in place all day most of the time. I pretty much always use either this or the Stila Stay All Day liquid liner. It just kind of depends on the look I'm going for that day. Yeah, I really like this liner. If you're like normal eyes, like it'll stay on so well for you. I'm taking forever to do my wing today for some reason, so please enjoy this awkward silence as I do my eyeliner. And now I'm going under my eye with the Colourpop like pencil gel creamy eyeliner. I think it's the shade Swerve. It's just their black shade on their website. I'm just kind of adding that in my waterline to add a little bit of a smoky look. And then I'm just fixing my foundation. And I'm going in with my all-time favorite contour shade. This is the NYX Sculpt and Highlight Duo in the shade Taupe. I like literally don't ever use any other cream contour because it just doesn't compare to this one. I love this shade so much. And I am blending it out with a Real Techniques contour brush. Like, look how nicely that like meshes with my skin tone. Like it's the perfect shade. I literally haven't used another contour shade that's like not a powder since I was like 16. And I'm setting the rest of my makeup using Wet n Wild Reserve Your Cabana, which is technically a bronzer, but I don't know who that's a bronzer on. And I am using the Colourpop blush in the shade To The 10. Their pressed powder blushes are new. I normally don't wear blush, but I really like this one actually. And I am adding some highlighter. I'm using like the lightest bar shade highlight in that palette. If you own the palette, you know what I'm talking about. The little bar highlights are like so buttery, pigmented, blendable, every word that you would use to describe a highlight that you really like. They're all of those things. Just look at that. They're so nice. I wish they sold those as individual shades because I would literally buy every single shade. Look at that highlight. Look at that highlight. I love it so much. I want to be super glowy, and it works. And I am setting my under eyebrow with that lightest matte shade in the palette and going over my brows with one more little coat of brow mascara. And then I am setting my face off camera and then going in with the Colourpop lip liner in the shade Dopey. It's like a nice little darkish dusty rose. Pairs really well with like a mid-toned nude lipstick. This is such a bad angle. I need to find a better angle for putting on lipstick on camera. Wow. And I am going in with the NYX Liquid Suede lipstick in the shade Soft Spoken. It's pulling like super brown on camera, but it's more of like a rosy brown. It's like a nice fall shade for if you like don't want a vampy lip, but you still want those little fall vibes on your face. You know what I'm talking about. Look at that. It's a nice shade. I really like it, especially with this eyeshadow. I also really love the formula of these lipsticks. Like they're not like a dry matte. Like they just fade really gracefully throughout the day and they're a really comfortable wear. Okie dokie, and now I am doing my mascara. I am layering the L'Oreal Voluminous Lash Paradise Mascara with the Maybelline Lash Sensational Mascara. If you've watched any of my other videos, you might have noticed that I don't really wear fake eyelashes. I just find them like really hard to put on with my eye shape, so it's just like not worth the time that it takes most of the time. But I find that layering these two mascaras really gives me a nice like dramatic lash without having to wear a fake eyelash, which I really love. Alright, look at those lashes. Yes. And that is the final look for today. I hope you enjoyed this tutorial. I know it's like a super basic fall look, but I wanted to do a more natural tutorial. If you liked this, make sure to give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel. I really appreciate any support you guys give me, and I hope to see you guys in my next video. Bye!